Hi guys, happy Saturday. What's going on? What is happening? All right, let's talk about how we are going to win with these fragrance flowers. Oh, let's talk about that. This one still has fragrance, even though it's empty. It doesn't have any oil, and I got to pull a new one out. I plan on putting a new one out. I got a lot of old ones over there with no oil in the container, okay? So this morning, I had a long chat with our fragrance flower queen, is what I call her. She's had great success with these fragrance flowers, guys. You hear me talking about her a lot. Her name is Arlene. And Arlene, I think she signed up in October of last year. I think that's the right month. And she was not familiar with Scentsy at all. Never heard of it. Never experienced it. And when I met her a year ago, it took her a year to decide whether to start Scentsy. And then when she did, she asked me, she said, can you bring me something to show at my work? And I carry her empty fragrance flower. That flower bumped into one of my blue flowers too. It comes white, right? So I carry her fragrance flower, and she said, well, you know, payday is coming up on Friday, so maybe I can get some orders. I said, okay, fine. So true enough, she did not get any orders on payday. She was discouraged. But I told her, I said, got to keep going. You got to keep going. It's going to happen. And that's what she did. She kept going. She kept going. She kept sharing. Next thing I know, she hit her shooting star as a new consultant. Consultants have 15 days to sell $500 to hit your shooting star. Well, she did that in about maybe 10 days. She did it in less time than Scentsy had out there. And she promoted to certified. That's selling $1,000. She did that in less than maybe 20-something days because it took off for her. She kept sharing the fragrance flower. Now, she asked me, she said, well, what scent was that? I look underneath the bottom because I didn't know what scent it was. I said, look underneath the bottom. When she found that scent underneath the bottom, it turned out that we don't even sell that scent anymore. I don't even remember what it was. Didn't know what it was. I just gave her one. And in her starter kit, she received aloe water and cucumber. And that's what people started buying. Like I told her, I said, didn't matter what scent it is. People love the fragrance flowers. And this young lady sold over $300. No. She sold over 300 fragrance flowers in 60 days. Isn't that crazy? Crazy. Yes. And you know what? She didn't even have them packaged up specially or anything. She just kept showcasing the flower. All right. So that's what made me come up with a challenge. So you guys going to see a lot of fragrance flowers challenges because of that happened with Arlene. I know it's doable. And another one of our team members who's been very successful with them, and her name, oh my gosh, she is so amazing. You all are amazing. But the thing about her name is Sandra. Sandra suffered a major stroke, which means she can't drive. She cannot drive. Her vision was impaired. She also has limitations of her hands. She has to have assistance with dressing. She has sold over 30 fragrance flowers, guys. Guess how? Picking up the phone, calling people. That's what she does. She does. She pick up the phone and call people. And I have to help her put the orders in because she's not able to. But every Sunday, she's calling me with more orders. She's putting it out there, being consistent. And let me tell you guys what I found, what I discovered. I discovered something. I went to Google this, and this is what happened. It says that in order to form a habit, we have to do something more than 66 times before it becomes a habit. It's like when you wake up in the morning, you automatically will go and brush your teeth. It's just part of what you do. It's a habit. And you've been doing it all your life since you've had teeth. So just like your business, in order for you to see success, you need to set a goal and develop that habit. Because if you don't consistently do things, you will not see the reaction. You will not see the benefit. if you're not consistently doing it. So many people give up after doing it 1 or 2 times. It takes more than that, guys. People need to see it several times. Look at all them balloons. They need to see it multiple times to stay here. It goes away, like out of sight, out of mind. So I was talking to our fragrance flower queen this morning, which is Arlene, and she said her goal is to sell 4 a day. That's her own personal goal. I didn't put that out there. She comes up with her own things. She sell 4 a day. That's her goal. I'm sorry. That's her goal, to sell 4 a day. Now, she doesn't always hit it, but a lot of times she does. But just think, guys, just think about this. If you sold 4 fragrance flowers a day this month, that's $16 each. 4 a day. That's what? 16 times 4. And we got 28 days in this month. I hope my math is right. Oh my goodness. Okay. 4 a day. So that's $16 times 4. That's $64 in PRV. If you do that 28 times, that's $1,792 in PRV. Now, it's always good to set a higher goal than what you expect. So if you go out there and say, oh, I can't, that's too many. I'm just going to try to do 1. Guess what? If you set your goal for 1, that means you might not get any. But if you set it for 4, you might get 2. So you always set your goal higher than what you expect, because you want to always aim high in order to hit that number. And I also was talking to, I've been talking to all consultants who I've been seeing with success with the fragrance flower. So I was talking to Shawty the other day, and she said she went to the casino, and they had a wedding venue there at the casino. She was able to communicate with the people there, and they ordered like 20-something fragrance flowers because they want to use them as wedding props. I never thought about that. So if they're taking pictures, they're going to use the fragrance flowers as props. Amazing. Now, I also went and Googled some places that we can totally take these fragrance flowers to. Places like offices. Anybody with an office, they got a desk. So anybody who has a desk can place a fragrance flower on their desk. Some jobs will not allow you to plug things in, but I don't see an issue with a fragrance flower because the scent is not so bold that it's going to make somebody near them pass out. None of that. This is just a very subtle scent, but good to have close by. These are great to place in a bathroom anywhere, whether it's in a house or a business. Now, one of our team members, Dr. Gail, she was able to put these fragrance flowers in an Airbnb, and they had them throughout the room. They had them in all the rooms at an Airbnb. So you can totally connect with real estate agents to place them in the bathrooms at these houses that they're trying to display, that they're trying to sell. Cute, and they smell good. We also discussed placing the fragrance flowers in funeral homes, in the bathrooms at churches. I mean, there's so much possibility with this, guys. And you know what? If you decide that you want to work an event, for example, a wedding expo or something. I haven't done one since we've had the fragrance flowers. So this is great to book parties with the fragrance flowers for the brides. They can give these away. I mean, you can package these so people can see how they can give these away as gifts at wedding venues. You know, you can give ideas about how they can do this. And for those who don't care a whole lot about the extra, I call it frou-frou. If they don't care about that, they can do it this way. So you can show all these different things and all, share all the various ways that they can put this out there in a gift-giving way or to have it displayed. And classrooms. The teachers can have these in the classroom on the desk. So I just recently booked a party. I don't have a date yet. One of my customers came by. I introduced to her a fragrance flower. She loved all the Scentsy. She loved everything, wax and warmers, but she never saw the fragrance flowers. So we talked about that. She's a teacher at a fitness center. She said, I'm going to put this on my desk, and she's already gotten interest already. There's so much we can do with the fragrance flowers, guys. So for those of you who are struggling getting PRV, I challenge you guys to show these off. Even if you don't have one in your possession. I was talking to Arlene, and she said she got like 30-something orders for the bouquet of flowers just by showing the pictures. So I encourage you guys to get one on your next order. But if you don't have one, and new team members, depending on what starter kit you have, you should have got one in your starter kit. But visually, we provide pictures, so you can totally show pictures. And guys, this is a game changer, it really is. And I was talking to another friend of mine, and I said, why didn't I think about this fragrance flower challenge a long time ago? I didn't think about it. And she said, you know, you're doing so many things. Why you didn't? So the fragrance flowers have been around since 2016. And I've always loved them myself. But I really did not really put a lot of emphasis on them like I should have. And I guess, again, because like she said, my emphasis always will be on the wax and warmers. That's what my love is. First love, second love, fragrance flower. So I tend to focus on the wax and warmers because that's what Scentsy started with. And that's what I started with. And that's my beginning discussion, depending on who it is that I'm talking to and what it is that they're trying to accomplish. I can tell what to start with based on my customer and based on where I am. So that's going to always vary. So with my new team members, I am getting them to focus more on this because it's simple, it's affordable, and it lasts a long time. And people can't say, I have one already. They cannot say they're going to run to the store and get one. So this is why I focus on the fragrance flower with my brand new team members. And it's also duplicatable. They can book parties with it. They can get people to join with it. It sells itself. It's amazing. Now, I was talking to my son today, and I told him that I'm going to have to ship a flower to my grand princess. She's 6 years old. And I plan on doing a FaceTime coloring party with her. I'm going to make sure they have Sharpies. I'm going to have my Sharpies. And I'm going to color the flower with my grand princess on FaceTime. So this will encourage kids and people with kids to bring their kids into doing things together as a family where they can color the flowers and compare the results. So much to do with the fragrance flower. It's so fun. So we want to show people how they can maximize the potential to share these fragrance flowers in the easiest way, in the most fun way. So it's going to be a fun way to really put it out there. So what I did yesterday, I text my team members who are new and they have not reached certain levels. So I text them all. Some of them replied back, some of them didn't. So I decided to pick up the phone to call some. I only called one so far. I got others to call. But the one that I called today, I haven't heard from her. So I called her to see how she was doing and found out she had been sick. There's nothing wrong with picking up the phone just to see how everybody's doing. There's nothing wrong with that. Because sometimes we're going through something and sometimes the text and sometimes the Facebook messages don't work. So I'm glad I called her because she said that she was getting ready to quit. She was becoming discouraged. She said because the people around her were not buying and not gravitating to it like she thought. And she's somebody I've never met, and she just found me online and joined. So I had a conversation with her, and she was glad that I called her because I opened her up to some more opportunities of how she can share the fragrance flowers. She was open to that. And now she's gotten her spark back from the conversation that we had. And I told her, I said, look, I'm always here. I'm always here to help and guide and coach you. Never feel like you're bothering me. And I was telling her about how I've actually been on a 3-way call with several of the new team members to help them close the sale. I opened myself up for that. So I told her, I said, never be over here where you're struggling alone. I don't want you to do that. I want you to know I'm here for you. So she's going to place an order tonight. She's at work now, and I was actually walking her through it. I said, make sure you keep a party open as you're placing your order. And she ordered her some fragrance flowers, especially because then as I was talking to her, she said, well, my cousin is having an open house this month. So I can introduce the fragrance flowers at the open house. Like, yes, we can do this. So sometimes it takes to have conversations, to put the ideas out there. And that's why I am sharing with you guys the various things that we can do with these fragrance flowers, guys. There's so much we can do. Again, it's simple. It's very, very simple, and it's very affordable. People will love these flowers. And again, they're not sold in stores. I even go live and showing people how I package them. It's a great way to have a conversation with somebody, to connect with them about these flowers. They make the best gift. Yesterday when I went to see Mama and her friend, they look forward to these flowers. Whenever the flower oil goes away, I just collect the old ones, because the old ones, I make sure that they completely dry out before I take them away. So I carried those. I took them to fragrance flowers. Let me see. This is February. So I carried the fragrance flowers to both of them like the beginning of December. So we're now at the beginning of February. So those flowers were dry. It was time to replace them. So I replaced the flowers, and they were so happy. They said, oh, it makes them feel special because I personally packaged them up. I'm sorry, I personally unpackaged them and set it up on their dressers. Each one of them, they have them in there. So when people enter the room, they make comments about the flowers, and they like that. They look forward to that. So this is a perfect idea to give someone who's going through something. Sometimes people may just want to deliver one to a nursing home, 1 or 2 or 3, just to put a smile on somebody's face. Amazing. Even where I bought my vehicle from, all the people, not all of them, most of them, have them set up on their desk. It's like so cool to see them on the desk. So as their customers are sitting right there, their little space, their little personal space smells so good. So guys, you should not be going through changes. If you're sharing these fragrance flowers, it's going to make a big difference in your PRV. It's going to make a big difference with how you book parties. It's going to make a great difference in how you get people to join. Because as people are seeing and gravitating to this, they're thinking, oh, I can do this. So this is simple and it's also duplicatable. And I can't believe I did not focus on this back in 2016 when they first came out. Like, whoa, but times are different. And as times are different, we have to shift. And we know that sometimes we have to do that. So we want to meet people where they are. So this is something that everybody can do. It's affordable. They're cute. They smell great, and they last a long time. So let me know, guys, what you think and how you are sharing. How are you sharing these fragrance flowers? I just started packaging them myself, guys. I just started doing this myself, and it's made a big difference. Even when I have my events, I'm starting to take one that they can smell, making a big difference. Because before, all I would have was the actual fragrance flowers sitting outside the box. So it's making a big difference as to how I present them. So how are you presenting them makes a huge difference. How often are you talking about it makes a huge difference. Are you consistently sharing it makes a huge difference. How are you sharing it? Let me know. We can do this, guys, together. Love you. Happy Saturday, guys. Bye.